What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. The market had an amazing day today. The S&P 500 closed up 2.2%, and we had the growth stocks finally in the green. DraftKings up 13.5%, Square up 12.5%, Chewy up 10.7%, AI up 10.5%. It's like, what a day. It's been forever since we saw awesome movement like this. And we're also going to talk about the China stocks that are up anywhere from like 36% to like 50%. So we have some wild things to go over in today's video, guys. Make sure to stick around to the end of today's video. You're not going to want to miss it. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. But Tom, let's get right into it.
Yeah, Mike, the SPY really ripped up today. As we know, Big Daddy Powell has done pretty good with the markets in the past whenever he does these press conferences. And once again, he renewed confidence in the market, Mike. The SPY flew up at the end of the day in a major way. Initially, it started selling off as the interest rate decision came out, and the Feds are going to raise rates by 0.25% as expected. So this really gave the market room to run up here. As we know, the Feds have been looking to raise rates by 0.25% for a long time now, and we've been hearing about it for the past few months. So I'm glad to finally see that we're getting this started. And apparently, CNBC reports, Mike, that this is the first rate hike in more than 3 years, and then they see 6 more in 2022, one at each of the next FOMC meetings. So that's going to be huge in the future also.
No doubt about it, Tom. It was about time that rates got hiked. Of course, it's awesome when stocks just blast up all 2020 and for a lot of 2021, but you can't just print money forever. Eventually things have to slow down a little bit, and that's what we're seeing. And a lot of people instantly hear rate hike and think, oh, market's going to crash, but it's just not true. Actually, the market historically does very well even when there are rate hikes. So keep that in mind, guys. Rate hikes can be a good thing because if you look at like an alternative situation, like let's just say the Feds just kept printing more and more money, it's like that would create a horrible problem down the line. So either way, I would say the meeting was pretty good today, Tom. The market had one heck of a reversal right after that interest rate decision, just like you said, Tom. So it was a wild day, and I'm curious on your thoughts on the SPY right now. Like, what are some of the most important levels you're watching heading into tomorrow?
Yeah, with the movement today, Mike, we fell all the way down to 425, ripped all the way back up to 435 at close up here. I actually do have resistance here at 436 and then up at 437.50. Like we said, the SPY started really breaking out here. If we look at it on a 180-day, 1-hour chart, you can see that as we start approaching 440 is going to be a huge resistance for the SPY. So for tomorrow, Mike, I think I'm going to look at 440 as the main resistance. And then as support today, I'm going to use that 432 level that we blasted above at the end of the day. I think that'll be a really good level for support. You could also maybe say like 434 up here, but Mike, it was so volatile today. Powell caused so much movement to happen that a lot of these support levels just ended up getting broken in the middle of the day. I know SPY flew down below 427 and then touched 425 and roared all the way back up pretty much nonstop through all those next resistances. So yeah, the SPY is definitely volatile right now. And I hope we see this nice continuation into tomorrow, Mike, because it's even helping the growth stocks go up. Like you said at the beginning of the video, we had Square continue up all day long, and it even kept ripping at the end of the day, along with a lot of the other growth plays. So Powell really fueled the market and came in clutch once again.
Yeah. Tom, speaking of the growth plays, I'll say it feels good to finally have a green day. Like I said, Square up 12%, but even DraftKings up almost 14%. It's like we haven't seen solid green days out of these growth stocks in so long. It's finally nice to see them go up.
Yeah, it is. And even some of these EV plays that have been beaten down, like Rivian and Lucid, started ripping up as well. And, if we see growth plays go up, that's another sector that might end up rising also. And then we can't forget these other EV plays out of China, like NIO, LI, XPEV. They exploded today. NIO's up 25%. China came out with some pretty good statements, Mike, and this really helped fuel the China stocks. Also, they said that they'll help support the stocks listed on the U.S. exchange, and then that China also just supports listing them in general. And also, Mike, I know there's been a lot of talk lately about China and a lot of these cybersecurity crackdowns and stuff like that. And they also said that they were looking to stop those in the near future. So sounds like China's coming out with some pretty good statements, and I'm glad that we're not sparking any tensions with them, especially during a time whenever we have all that Russian news going on.
Yeah, true that. Just like Tom said, the China stocks have been struggling so much over the past couple of months. Like whatever Chinese company that is listed on the U.S. that you are looking at, whether it's Alibaba, Baidu, DIDI, NIO, anything like that, odds are it's probably down, and it's probably down a lot. And we just saw them blast to the upside today. Tom, Alibaba up 37% in one day. 37% in one day. Baidu is up 39% today. So it's like China came out with that good news, just like you said, and the stocks blasted up. And I think it's good. And like, Tom, if you zoom out a little bit on Baidu or Alibaba, like on a daily chart, like a lot of people will be like, oh, it's up 39% today. Oh, the opportunity is gone. It's like the stock is still down like 70% from highs. It's like, it's still at a good level, at least in my opinion. Like, yeah, anything can happen in the short term, but like if you're looking at some of these plays, not even just the China stocks, Tom, but even if you look at a play like Square really quickly, Tom, Square, over the past couple months, it went from 290 down to 100. And some people are going to look at it and be like, oh, it's up 12.5% today. I missed the opportunity. Now I'm not going to start a long-term portfolio with it. It's like, guys, even though stocks are moving up, it's like there's still a lot of opportunity, especially if you're looking at it for a long-term play.
Yeah, and with Square specifically, Mike, if you go to the all-time high from where we're at now, you're talking about a 147% increase, and that's to the all-time high. Let's say we even just go up and retest resistance of a couple months ago around 150. You're talking about a 28% increase, and that's pretty good for a company like Square and a nice tech stock with shares. Shares alone will go up 28%, let alone options. If we see the shares shoot up 28% up to 150 in any short amount of time, those options could go up anywhere from 300, 500, sometimes 1,000% if you get the right expirations. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely crazy, Mike. And I would start a long-term portfolio with some of these stocks down here too. They're at great levels, and Square's one of them. DraftKings, Disney, Netflix, Zoom. We've been talking about a lot of these stocks for a long time, Mike, and it looks like they're really starting to form some really nice supports down here.
Yeah. Main takeaway, guys, start a long-term portfolio if you don't have one already. It doesn't have to be the stocks we suggest, but, just start one. It's good to have, especially in this environment, Tom. There's so many stocks at great levels. Odds are, like, if you've been wanting to invest into a company over the past couple of years, it's probably at a decent discount right now. So check it out. But Tom, do you have any final thoughts or any other setups or plays you're watching?
Yeah, I really kept my eyes also on the commodity market today. One key note that I saw was that gold actually ripped up at the end of the day. I know that during the talks with inflation and everything that Powell provided, they did mention some talks that they were recognizing that inflation was starting to get out of control. And whenever they recognized that, I saw gold start to really go back up, Mike. So maybe we'll see gold start to follow the SPY back to the upside. It looks like it did at the end of the day today. And it was just very interesting because I will say GLD has been falling down over the past few days, especially this week. It's been really falling back. So it was nice to see it kind of get a nice uptick there at the end of the day. And then I was also keeping an eye on banks, Mike, and banks did very, very well, especially after Powell spoke. JP Morgan ended up 4.47% with an amazing move today. I knew banks, they've been talking about rate hikes for a long time, and they've been anticipating them. So it's nice to see them get some nice positive movement right after Powell spoke. I know I talked about this in the past couple of videos too.
All right, there we go. So I just want to give a giant shout out to our member of the day, Rob, really quickly. Tom, he actually made a great post in the Profits channel today. He made a couple $100, which was awesome. So huge shout out, Rob. Yeah, right in the Profits channel. Earlier this morning, he said, thanks, Mike and Tom, and he made like $200 with Roblox. So awesome job, Rob. Huge shout out to you. Thanks for being a great member of the community. And then, Tom, while you're in the Discord, let's showcase that bot play from today. So we can see our bot called out the GLD 178 strike calls at $172 each. It ran all the way up to $270 each by the end of the day, which is around a 57% pop in a couple hours. So if you trade options, definitely check out that first link in the description and the comments down below. The bot normally does pretty good. It had an amazing play today. Of course, not every single play pops, but it does pretty good. Like, one of the best plays recently was on March 1st, Tom. The play went from 133 all the way up to 243 in just a couple hours. It was with VXX. It was like an 83% return in a couple hours. So, guys, if you want to try out the bot, you won't find it anywhere else. You can cancel it anytime, and we have a coupon running. So check it out. It's going to be that first link in the description and the comments down below. But Tom, let's get right into these momentum plays for tomorrow. With the first one, we have UPWK to the upside.
Yeah, with Upwork, go ahead and make them break above $21, right above that high of day there.
There we go. With the next one, we have Square.
Yeah, Square had a very great day like we talked about earlier. Make them break above 117.50.
And with the last one, we have Palantir.
Palantir, hopefully they go back on the uptrend with all those contracts they have. Go ahead and make them break above 11.85. If they break that in pre-market, then make them break $12 even.
All right, so we are watching Palantir, Square, and Upwork for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. But besides that, if you guys liked today's video, please consider subscribing. We post brand new videos every single day, and the market's going crazy right now. Like, what a wild swing we had with the SPY today, Tom. Like, we gapped up, ran up for a little bit, tanked all the way down, broke lows, and then came all the way back up, and we're running even higher right now in after hours. And then on top of that, best of all, the growth stocks are running back up, Tom. It's relieving.
Yeah, it's a really nice sight to see. It's been a long time, Mike, since we've seen any continuations like this. So I'm really happy to see the back-to-back green days. It's a really good sight to see. Hopefully DraftKings can go up and maybe run up towards $20 tomorrow. That would make it best case scenario, in my opinion. But yeah, we had a really good day. Powell helped us out. As we know, Mike, there's been a lot of funny GIFs and memes out there of Powell. You know, that one Cornish posted earlier of the Titanic was so funny. Maybe edit that picture in here. That'll be a really funny thing to look at.
Oh gosh, good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And like I said, if you're new, consider subscribing. And if you trade options, definitely check out that first link in the description and the comments down below.